Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Night number one to college finals here at the Four Seasons Arena. I'm Jeff Martin along with Vance Ruff. Vance, we've been waiting this for a long time. Final opportunity for these individuals that competed in the college level to compete at the college national finals. Vance, I know you've been waiting for it. I have. Talk about it.
Well, it's been an exciting season. The Bobcats, the men, pretty much got a lock on the team championship. The ladies, they're in a little bit of a battle. So it's going to come down to them or Western. University of Montana Western's always been strong.
Well, we are cowboy country. We're in the Big Sky country. This is where legends are made right there, and there have been a lot of legends that have nodded their heads in this very arena. World champions, Dan Mortensen, Jesse Cruz, Deb Greeno. You can go on down the line. The new blood that's just been at the Montana Circuit Finals right here. We got the Ty Erickson just in tonight's performance. Chase Doherty sitting number 11 in the world standings in the bull riding. Ruger Piva up there to make his first Wrangler National Finals. So I tell you what, the rough stock end is built up. The timed events are good. We're at the historic Four Seasons Arena. Expect a big show.
Here at Copper Spring Ranch, for the last few years, I think a lot of people have thought that we're just in the horse business and we have barrel races on the weekend, but we're actually a pretty multifaceted place. We do all of our farming, we produce our own hay, we raise our cattle. You know, we're a real ranch here. Stalls, hookups, our buildings are fantastic, and it's all due to the generosity of Karen Gilhausen, of course. To manage this ranch and take care of such a wonderful facility is an honor and a privilege to me.
We're getting set to go bareback riding our first event.
Yeah, Jacobs Rodeo bringing us the livestock here, have been representing this great city and around the great rodeos around the country for a long time. Tip of the hat to what they've done. We're going to go to the first bareback rider right now, Northwest College, Kyle Smith.
Kyle Smith, a freshman down there, Powell, Wyoming, rodeoing for Coach Del Nose. A youngster with a big future in front of him. Northwest College represented in the Big Sky region. Our pickup men, Shane Moran, Michael Beatty, doing the arena evacuation work, two of the best in the Big Sky region.
Yeah, you're going to get to see Funny Man Jet a little bit later here, coming in there, making his appearance in rodeo here tonight. Silver Lacrosse, as we talked about, the assistant coach for the University of Providence, going to be one of our bullfighters. We'll talk about more of that stuff a little bit later. A lot of sponsors, a lot of great things that making it possible here for the University of Providence at the historic Four Seasons Arena. Night number one, we're about to get kicked off at the bareback riding in moments. So it looks like a little switch up in the lineup. We'll go to Troy Kirkpatrick now, University of Montana Western. Some shakeups in the rodeo world in the University of Montana Western. Vance, talk about the new head coach that they just hired here. You know, that rodeo history is so deep with Oli and what she's been able to do to that Dillon country and the recruiting. Talk about our new man that we'll be hearing a little bit later.
Well, a nod to the head, Troy Kirkpatrick, University of Montana Western, not quite ready to go. Her final year, 31 years, Oli has led that ship and done a very, very good job. Her kids love her. She's run a great program, always competitive in the region. And now, Cody Leahy, who is an alumni from Western, has been hired as the head coach, taking him from the Bobcats as an assistant coach. But here comes Troy Kirkpatrick, the freshman from the University of Montana Western, putting on a ride.
Big, strong horse right there. Jacobs Rodeo's kind of got him bobbing up and down a little bit. Object of the game is 8 seconds. Keep your feet over the shoulders for the mark-out rule is in effect here tonight, Vance. And there's a freshman right there with some opportunities only get better here tonight as we've got a lot of bareback riding to go, but scores are going to be coming up to us in moments.
Tristan Hansen, Jesse Nelson. They've got a 1-2 position guaranteed. It's just going to be a matter of which one's going to be first, which one's going to be second. That'll battle out this weekend, but they've got a trip. But right now, we're battling for that third position as we're taking the top three to the college finals. It's coming down. Troy Kirkpatrick doing his job. He's one of the ones battling right now, sitting in the number 4 position in the Big Sky region. Yeah. He turns in a 70-point ride. Troy Kirkpatrick is going to set the pace in the bareback riding. 2 big sections for you this evening. He's battling with University of Providence Cash Hill. We're going to see him out in this section as well. So we're going back to Kyle Smith, the freshman from Northwest College. Boy, he's got a good one started there, Jeff Martin. That horse just looks very, very user-friendly.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, he got a little trouble at about that 6-second mark. You saw that power going to the end of his arm. He was trying to correct himself. It didn't work out for him here tonight.
Well, you see it there on the Wayland Tire replay, Jeff Martin. Look, watch right here, the action of the feet, what the judges are watching for.
You know, exposure and setting them feet. And he's doing it right here and everything, you know, but you see him get a little daylight on that rigging right there, and he started bouncing. And that's where things kind of went south for him right at the end of that ride.
Our officials in the field are Wrangler Pro officials, two of the best. Bruce Keller.
So he is, yes, he is going to get a score. He thought he was right there according to the official watches. 68 points comes up for the man. Unofficially 68 comes in as we move to Sean Perkins, a Montana State University Cowboy. Here's a man that's been on a roll. We're talking about our judges here. Bruce Keller, Lynn Smith. So we'll switch it to Jesse Nelson now of Montana State University. Montana State University Cowboy.
Well, he's a senior going to school at rodeo coach for Andy Bolich. Growing up in Idaho, him and his brother both rodeo for the Bobcats.
A rough get-off as he heads for cinched jeans and shirts. That's exactly what he might have to buy on his way home here tonight. It blew him right out of him.
Well, he's a health enhancement major, and that's going to pay off dividends if you're going to choose to be a bareback rider.
Yes.
As you take through the Wayland Tire replay. Horse just looking like giving him a trouble in that circle. Hard to get his feet set.
Well, that's it. You talk about timing on these horses and these bareback riders. There's nothing like one. You know, you can see these good bareback riders. 65 comes up on that last ride. Unofficially, 65 points comes up.
Well, we're getting a great shot right there, our cameraman, as we see the hand in the rigging. Markout rule is in effect in the bareback riding. That means having your feet over the front points of the shoulder, first jump out of the chute. This is now Sean Perkins, Montana State University. The freshman, he's a history major, and he's had a lot of success.
He's a historian.
He's a historian. He's had a lot of success in the bareback riding up through high school. Coach Andy Bolich for the Bobcats wasted no time in reaching out. Now watch him set his feet right here. Jeff Marn setting up a good ride, kind of trapped in that corner.
And a bareback, former Northern Rodeo Association Finals bareback horse. And I tell you what, here's one that's kind of found a spot. Kind of a tough to deal when he starts spinning like that there. We'll see what they're going to say about this, but probably not the easiest horse to get twisted here tonight. As we talked about, a Montana State men's team has been on a roll this year in the Big Sky region, Vance Ruff. It has just been all about them. Everywhere they go, they've been picking up the points in every event. And I tell you what, they just look like they're going to keep dominating as the year ends.
And you know, and the spring season is so hard. You rodeo in the fall, then you have a break. A lot of kids take horses home. They turn a lot of things out for the winter. And then we come back in the spring and kick things off. And it takes a little bit to get that rust knocked off. Sean Perkins is rewarded nicely.
Yes.
With a 73-point ride.
You know, that's surprising right there. I didn't know if the judges, but they saw the difficulty as he came in there, 73 points, and they liked it. But the next man we're going to be talking about, Vance, is one of my favorite athletes. We've not only got to see him at the professional level as he's getting his degree as well. Tristan Hansen, one of my favorite bareback riders, whether it be pro, college, or anywhere. He's just a great athlete to watch. He takes the sport serious. You watch, he keeps himself in shape.
One of the nicest young men you'll ever get to talk to. He's a senior, getting a degree in natural horsemanship.
Natural horsemanship. Do you think that has anything to do with his natural ability to ride these bareback horses like he does? Sometimes it comes with ease. Another great bareback riding started right now. Horse is trying to give him a little action out in the middle of the arena. You know, what always amazes me about this man is the harder these horses buck, the better he seems to step up his game. So we'll just see how this comes to play here tonight. Officials going to work. We'll give you the score coming in.
Well, Michael Beatty sets him down. We're going to take it to the Wayland Tire replay. Jeff, watch what I notice how he beats that horse to the ground with those front feet as he sets him.
Yeah, it's kind of floating up there, the little white horse. And they're going to award him with a 72-point marking coming in unofficially here tonight. 72 points. That'll put him up there in the top three right now.
Well, the leaderboard is a 73, 72, and a 70, and it is the top of the top in the region for a reason. But you have noticed we have not bucked off a bareback rider yet, and we've seen it all year. And here comes Cash Hill, University of Providence, the hometown cowboy.
Yeah, here's a man that's came into a new level in his game. I know he wants to do awful well in front of the hometown here in Great Falls, University of Providence, man. College National Finals rodeo qualifier last year, looking to do it again.
You know, and he's right there in that battling spot as we take it to the Wayland Tire replay. You see the mark-out rule. He does it, and he's really exposing himself. He's going for it, and he's trying to make every point count right there as our judges adding them together. 50 points for the rider, 50 points for the horse. 73 points in the lead right now. We'll see what they turn in for Cash Hill.
Let's see if you had enough horse there. It would think darn sure wasn't Cash's fault, but as you heard unofficially, 65 points are coming up for him. That'll not do it, but the good thing is there's more rodeo to go this weekend, Vance Ruff.
Well, what that does is so far there's two big sections of bareback riding, so we're not complete yet. But 73 points in the lead, that's Sean Perkins. He does not have, he can't reach it. He's too far out in points. But Troy Kirkpatrick started us off 70-point ride, just got a few more points than Cash Hill. Cash was third, Troy was fourth. It's really going to make our Big Sky Regional Director, Shane Richmond, have to crunch the math. It'll all come down to tomorrow night.
I'm Jeff Martin along with Vance Ruff. And we're going to go to the big men's event. And I tell you what, we saw some slack this morning, Vance. Big lineup of slack. So
far, Jeff Martin, steer wrestling, we're taking the top 10 to the short round tomorrow night. Out of the slack today, there's usually about 25 to 30 steer wrestlers entered in the rodeo. So we've seen all but 10 of them. 7 so far have gotten a time. And so there's 3 spots wide open to qualify into that top 10. So the steer wrestling, a little bit more of an open door than you normally see.
We're going to start it off right here tonight. Brogan Bennett, University of Montana cowboy coming in.
You know, we saw success with him last year. Brogan, you know, another one of the great guys. He's really come a long way, kind of one of those unnamed individuals that's just really put in the time and the effort. Rodeoing for Coach Corey Mitty, and
yeah, a little duck and a dive as we're going to watch that replay coming up, but I'm telling you what, he knew he was going to have to be fast. That horse, or that steer, just put it right on the brakes there. He was making sure he didn't break that barrier, but it didn't work out here tonight.
You see it right here, the Wayland Tire replay, fixing to show it to you. The barrier, you got to give that advantage to the livestock every time. If you leave too soon, we call it breaking the barrier. We had that steer set up on him quick, moved out behind the hazer, and he just rode on by.
Yeah, that wasn't nobody's fault, but I tell you what, sometimes it's just the luck of the draws. We're going to move it on down the line. We're going to go to Dalton Hurst of Montana State University.
Dalton, a senior, going to school, another one of our graduating seniors, getting a degree in civil engineering. And right now, engineering is all about steer wrestling. You want to talk about a competitive group, 54 members strong for the Bobcats.
Yeah,
Andy Bolich knows every one of them. He knows all their majors, and they put together practice sessions for them.
And for those that are tuning in right now, Andy Bolich, former Montana Circuit Champion bareback rider and a whale of a coach at the Montana State University, is who we're speaking upon right now. Dalton Hurst backs into the box for Montana State University. Looks like he's got a young horse there. He's kind of breaking in here, which is also can be a little difficult. Then sometimes some seasoning on these good horses. You got to take them if you're going to go rodeo. You got to give him a chance. It looks like that horse got some wheels. A strong running steer, but I tell you what, he got down there the arena. He's going to give it a go.
Well, you got a good head catch. You see him, the goal, get him over on his side, all 4 feet pointed in the same direction.
Yeah, as the clock stops here at a 10.2 to get us kicked off in our steer wrestling here, 10.2.
Well, and that gets him into the top 10 right now. So that's the advantage of being drawn up in the performance tonight, is you know what you've got to be to get into that top 10. 7 times so far. Now there's 8. And we're going to go to Jake Nelson, the sophomore. You saw his brother Jesse out in the bareback riding a while ago. Here's his younger brother going to school, getting a welding degree. Jake is going for pink slips in Great Falls. He knew that he was going to have to pretty much win every round in the average in the last 2 rodeos to get a shot. And unfortunately, in Missoula, a weekend ago, the University of Montana's college rodeo, it didn't quite pan out for him. So not an opportunity, but there's points to be had to move up in the standings for his year end, as well as, you know, pride, a lot of pride.
Well, if you're a Montana State University Bobcat fan, this is the night to be here in the rodeo. Night number 1, University of Providence Big Sky Regional Finals is getting kicked off. We're in the steer wrestling here. And we're back to the number 4 man in the Big Sky region right now, Jake Nelson, Montana State University. 365 accumulated points coming into tonight, and he's got one caught at the bottom. Nice little catch, and I mean, he went to work. I liked it.
He's been spending a lot of his extra time out with Brian Anderson and the crew at the Copper Spring Ranch, practicing breaking in steers for the spring, and an opportunity for a lot of practice.
Yeah.
6.1 for Jake Nelson.
He just went to work on a 6.1 there. Caught him down there quite a ways, but when I'm telling you what the groundwork is what I love. He
right
took
here.
the drag and let that steer do the work for him, and when he caught the nose, he just went after him. Great run.
So 6-1, Jake's got a spot in the top 10 tomorrow night as we go to Taylor Corbett. Montana State University Billings represented. And you see it, what a great camera shot from the top. You can see the line, the barrier line, advantage to the livestock, giving that steer the proper head start. You want to time it with the movement of that steer so that you're coming across that line just as that steer pulls and breaks it away.
Yeah, this gives you an opportunity to be right there with them as they're riding the 8
Great start.
Nice little shot at the barrier. He still got him. You keep it going. How about effort? Vance Ruff, no matter what it says, whatever the time says, it's not going to help him here tonight. He could have caught that with just that tail in his hand, but you know what I love about it is sheer effort from start to finish.
Well, you see that steer just set up on him, and he got off just a little late. But he wasn't going to weaken.
There is only one man that I know that could have pulled that move off, and his name is Flint Rasmussen. He would have done a flip and been right back in there on the end of that tail.
So we're going to go to Jake Faulkner, also from Montana State University. The sophomore going to school, get a degree in ag business. The Bobcat sets behind the barrier and gets set to go. So 4.0 leading the way for the rodeo. That was in the slack this morning. 6.1, the fastest so far. Jake nods his head. Another hard running steer, the luck of the draw, but you can be fast at the back end of this arena. Get him over. Very good.
We'll see if the effort pays off coming in. Yes. An 8.2, that'll put him in there right now, Vance, if I'm not mistaken. It looks like
10.
We have 10 at this time with more steer wrestling to go, though.
And so now we're down to the last 4.
The door is not shut, especially we got Bulldoggers coming up like Jarrett Whitman. Vance, talk about, the qualifications. You told us about, as we were talking about the opportunities, not only in the individual events, but there's also the team standings as we go. We'll get into that as we go. So an opportunity for some of these guys that may have not quite got up there in that top 3, but some of these teams are still going to need to fill them vacancies on going into the Casper for that college finals.
Absolutely. When as a rodeo coach, you're committed to let's say your team wins the Big Sky region. As we go to Caleb McMillan, Northwest College, Caleb McMillan could still qualify if Northwest College men make either first or second in the Big Sky region, because he's part of the points earners that Coach Del Nose can then take.
Nice. Boy, I'm telling you what.
There.
It looks good down there. We talked about that 4.4, I believe, was leading the way. That was a 4.8. Will put him up there as one of the fastest times we've seen in the first day of rodeo action.
You know, and an all-around talent. He works both ends of the arena. Every event entered that he could do except for the bareback riding, he does it. Saddlebrook riding, bull riding, steer wrestling, team roping, tie-down roping. And so you can either qualify by being in one of the top 3 or being on the teams of the top 2.
Are you saying that's why we didn't get all the calls there? Our value was not quite there, Vance?
Our value might have been a little
We're not
bit.
that valuable. As we go to our final, I guess, two remaining in our steer wrestling here. Big lineup, a second section of bareback riding coming up. 2 remaining here tonight, and it's been a good one. 4.8 and 6.1 here tonight. Another Montana State University Cowboy.
Well,
oh boy,
that is not going to work.
I don't think he quite got the flag on that one, Vance. Talk about that situation, because, you know, for folks that are home are going to look at that and saw, well, he got the steer down. As we're going to watch this replay, Waylon Tyre brings us up close and personal right here. As he went for it. Yeah, we never did just quite the opposite way of where he was supposed to be facing, those feet and everything. We're just in the wrong directions, so.
Well, it's not over. Jared James Whitman still somewhere in this mix. We'll maybe come back to him opportunity, but so far 4.8. Caleb McMillan, fastest time in the performance. 4.0, fastest time in the rodeo so far. But now we came in with 7. We're at 11 times. So where that cutoff is, somebody's not making the cut out of all the steer wrestlers at that time.
Let me tell you about America. Down roads you don't ever see. Verses on billboards, cash crops and a coffee. Gripping Hardee's in the parking lot, popping biscuits in the back seat. Losing lighters in my friend's couch, with the game on the TV. Going hard at the Hardee's, real hard with my Hardee's. Beat car, all stars, going down like the sun. Thick burger clutching with my bros out back, hanging for no good reason. Drive through, same through, sweet thickness in my eyes. Walk in the backyard, shakes held high. That's America past them fries.
We're back, University of Providence. Historic Four Seasons Arena, night number 1 for the Big Sky Regional Rodeo. Vance, it is going to be good.
We're into the second section of the bareback riding. This is Brody Smith, the sophomore from the University of Montana Western, rearing back, setting his feet and ready to go. Come on, Brody.
Yes, big, strong horse here, and I mean one you can be some points on, but with some power he's giving him. Brody's not quite turning loose with those feet. I'm telling you what, he just kind of D'ing up a little bit, trying to get to that 8-second whistle, it looks like, as our pickup men right in there to set him down, our Ram pickup men of the evening. Right in there to set him down nice and easy. Brody, you had a handful of bucking horse right there.
Well, we saw the flag fly out on the left side, and as you watch the Waylon Tyre replay, that mark-out rule, his foot dropped away, failed to mark him out. So, you know, good experience. You take the experience from the ride, even though it's going to be a no score officially into the books for Brody.
As we go to another Brody Schaefer out of the University of Providence right here, making his hometown appearance in front of the Great Falls crowd here that's with us at night number 1.
You know, Brody, just a sophomore. Coming to school rodeo for Coach Dick Lyman.
As you see the yellow flag come a-flying, and another outstanding bucking horse here today. I believe the Black Eagle boys have brought a few down from the Blackfoot Nation up north. They brought some horses here as well, the Lunick family, and as well, you saw the flag come flying, so it was a little difficult right off the bat, Vance.
Boy, he had his hands full, and you touched on it. The mark-out rule as well got him, so all for naught. Bucked off before the 8-second whistle, as well as missing him out. So a no score for University of Providence Cowboy. But again, just a youngster. The future looks bright here in Great Falls.
By the name of Calder Peterson from Dawson coming up.
Glendive represented. Here is a junior. And, you know, when we call him a junior, he's already gotten 1 degree for Coach Courtney Deagle over there in Dawson Community College. He's going to school, getting another degree. Calder Peterson, ag business is what he's after now. and he's getting set to go. He's another young man you don't want to count out.
No, and that's the great thing about that area. You have the Big Circle Rodeo Company not too far away from home, so practice is available for him if he needs it. He's having a rough night, boys. I tell you what, he hit awful hard. Knocked everything out of him, including the feather in his hat, Vance Ruff. It is getting bad out there in the middle of that arena, but I tell you what, he's up and okay. We're going to watch this replay and see kind of where it went wrong. Right about there, you can see that hand. It is out, and it's all over but the crying from there. Look on the face says, hand me the oxygen mask.
Well, he's a tough young man. We're going to see more of him in years to come, Calder Peterson. Kelly Murnion now, from the great rodeo family, growing up there in Jordan. His brother we've talked about in the past. He's come to join him. Kelly went to the University of Montana Western on a football scholarship.
Yeah, you talk about athletes.
Yes.
It's this family right here.
A great shot. There's his father watching him get set up. He started off last summer. We saw him around at some different events in the bull riding. When he came to college, he said, I'm going to take bareback riding as well.
Yeah, that's a fun thing about it. Like we talked about, we're going to get to see him in the bull riding coming up a little later. His brother been to the Montana Circuit Finals of bull riding. His dad's the National Finals rodeo qualifier. So you talk, his mother, an outstanding barrel racer. It goes on and on for Jordan, Montana, man. Here we go.
Oh, Kelly.
Yes. Look at this horse power that we brought to the Four Seasons Arena, though. It is looking good. Some tough luck for the Cowboy here.
I'll take you right back to Wayland Tire replay. Boy, just right out, loose right from the beginning.
Yeah. Yeah, it didn't. I don't know what happened right there out of the gate. It didn't even look like he was ready. Right as he nodded his head, something might have went wrong with that rigging. But no excuses in the game of rodeo as we move it on.
Well, Cole Schneider, University of Montana Western, the junior young man that's no stranger to a microphone and a guitar as well. Got a good little band. He got some success right out of the gate at the Montana State University Rodeo. Rodeo #1, picking up a win. Cole Schneider.
Some of these guys are even studying for finals right as they get off the bucking horses. So having a rough go a little bit there. We're going to have a score coming in, though.
Boy, I'll tell you what, as we take it back to that Wayland Tire replay, he's in the final section of the final rodeo of the year, knowing what it's going to take to make it to the top 10. Jeff, look at this try from our Cowboy.
It right here. See how the hesitation of that bucking horse? He bucks a few and then takes a big lunge. Right there. I was a little worried for him, but we'll see what the judges have to say coming in. Scores are coming in. We talked about how important this is, a 69-point marking. Vance, what does this do for us here?
Well, it gets him, near the top. But 73 is going to get the win, 72 and a 70. And then 69, he's going to round out that fourth place position. Points through 6 for placing in the first round.
So chip in a chair.
Yeah, he's got an opportunity.
It's all about the team here in college rodeo as we're going to move it down the line and go to our goat tying right now.
The first ladies event of the night, the goat tying. Right now in the goat tying so far, 7 flat to 8-3 is the top 10.
So anywhere,
you're going to see some sixes.
We're going to see that bumped up right here with this lineup that we have here tonight. I think it's going to be fast, as we talked about. Sitting number 1 in the region right now, Tess Turk of University of Montana Western. They'll all be gunning for her with over 767 points accumulated to the Big Sky region so far. As we go to our first goat tire, it'll be Allie Novotny, the Montana State University Bobcat, coming into the arena at a fast pace.
Well, an all-around cowgirl. She's not afraid to team her up. She's a barrel racer. She's a goat tire. Allie Novotny's a senior and an opportunity. She's a competitor.
Another rodeo family, father who competed in rodeo. The whole family's here, and let's watch her tie a goat. As we're watching Allie Vance, we'll listen for this time, but I got to think that maybe it's more of an advantage if you're toward the end of the goat tying on the sessions. Tell me if that has anything to do with this.
Oh, for sure.
The draw on positions.
Absolutely. Number one, just to know how fast you've got to be. That changes the game plan. But what these girls know, there's a lot of goat tires, there's a lot of breakaway ropers. You cannot safety up from the get-go. So if you're the first girl out for the rodeo, you got to unleash the beast. You got to bring your A game every time. As we go to Shelby Rasmussen, the freshman at Montana State University.
Yeah, you talk about all-around athletes. You've seen her do it in the breakaway, the goat tying, and the barrel racing this year. It's been outstanding.
Shelby is like a runaway bullet. Her and her sister practice hard at this event. She's got a younger sister coming up through the ranks. It's going to be double tough as well. Shout out to Paige. Now watch Shelby right there. Up, cross, tie.
Yes.
Very quick.
It is. It's just like she's Ricky Bobby. All she knows is fast.
If you're not first, you're last.
That's right. It's going good. And the Rasmussen family's time's coming in. A 7.2 will put her in the mix of things right now. Vance Ruff, if you talked about that gap that we spoke on earlier, and that'll fit in just nice. The 7 flat to the 8.3, so that fits in for that top 10 for tomorrow night.
7.2 gets her right in there. Tiari Elgin, University of Providence, is a double major. She's a senior. She's got a younger sister, and Tiari says, I've drawn up in both events the performance. I love it. She loves the electricity of the performances, and she can tie goats with the best of them.
Yeah. Nice little run right here we've got going there.
Forensic science, exercise science major.
As we touch on, that'll put her in where she needs to be here so far. 7.7 unofficial time coming in for Tiari. Nice little run right there as we move it on down the line to another great cowgirl from the University of Montana Western. We're going to talk about Lori Ann Smith.
Stepping down. Oh, a great get-off.
Look at this.
Goat's waiting for her. Come on, Lori Ann. Cross and tie. Get your hands in the air.
Yes, that looked good. Now, if that goat remains tied for the 6 seconds.
5 seconds.
Or 5 seconds in the goat tying, yes.
We're
thinking of
7.3, Jeff Martin.
So we talked about how fast it could be in a performance here tonight. It's going to get faster.
I'm still looking for that 6-point-whatever second run. Scout Yoakum, the freshman, Northwest College. This is one that, as a freshman, has really set the scene. Another all-around talent, rodeoing for Coach Del Nose in Powell, Wyoming. Watch Jeff Martin, this little bullet. Just a little thing.
Yeah,
knows how to set up a run from the stirrup. The quick legs. Oh, that goat giving her just a little bit of trouble. And every one of those bobbles just adds up on time. That clock is a ticking on Scout. And unfortunately, it's going to
probably
be a little
not going to work for here tonight, as he's touched on that 8.3 or better to get him in here tonight. And looks like we're going to be a little long with that here today. 15 flat comes up. 15 flat unofficially.
You see it there on the Whalen Tire replay. Just kind of got an off flank on him, and that goat was just a little wilder. Kicking a leg on her as we go to Sadie Hurst, Montana State University. Sadie setting up a run.
And you talked about the getaway and the get-offs. To make a good run, you got to start good and end good, and everything is not quite to the state she was looking to be at here tonight. She made a good finish, but had a little tough luck when she was trying to get off that horse there tonight.
Yeah, you'll see it here on the Wayland Tire replay. Just that throws things off.
The tenths of a second is so much.
Yes.
Every second counts, of course.
And it's one step, then two steps. And when you're off on that first one, then you're trying too hard to make up time on the second step, and you get into those speed jams. So we move now to Emmy Elgin. This is the younger sister of Tiari. She's going to school at University of Montana Western, the freshman.
We got one going right now.
Look at him.
Yes. What a good little run right there.
Do you think there's a little competition
Emmy, I tell you what, the fire was in her eyes. You could tell. I was going to be scared if I was that goat. I know that. I believe 7.7 unofficially came in. 7.7 comes in for Emmy as we go to Jesse Orhood at Dawson Community College. Jesse's really, familiar with the Great Falls area from living around here for a while. She has been an outstanding athlete for a long time.
Well, here comes Jesse, a past state champion. Jesse Orhood, Dawson Community College. Highline cowgirl, knows how to tie goats. The Orhood family has a good long history.
It's
being very, very competitive in the goat tying. How about that tonight?
A pair of 7-7s, yes, Vance.
We have 7-2, 7-3, 7-7, 7-7. Do you think that's not going to change the top 10? That 8-3 cutoff is blown way out of the water.
Out.
Sealy Salmon with the Bobcats gets a win in the first round, tying 1-7 flat. So it's going to be a blur tomorrow night, Jeff Martin. Less than half a second separating the top 10.
It'll be Saturday Night Live at the Four Seasons Arena, and that's what we're used to. The energy level goes up, and the competition's going to be great. That'll do for the goat tying here so far.
Bareback riding takes a special kind of person. It takes somebody that's willing to deal with all odds against them. It's the most physically demanding event in rodeo, and there are a lot of guys that chew tobacco, and I've seen my friends have the start of cancer in their lip and they change it from top to bottom rather than quitting, and I've run across guys who have to push a button to speak to me because they've gotten throat cancer, and it takes a special person to ride a bucking horse, and if you can do that, then you can kick the habit of chewing. In rodeo, you never back down from a challenge, so I challenge you, quit chewing today.
Let me introduce you to the BF Goodrich All-Terrain TA KO2 tire. With technology designed to conquer the harshest terrain on Earth, the KO2 is BF Goodrich's toughest all-terrain tire ever. And now, that Baja-born toughness is ready for you. Whether you're at work or at play, take on your toughest road challenges with confidence. Turn to the experts at Wayland Tire to find the right BF Goodrich tire for whatever you drive.
Wayland Tire. We know tires.
Section number 1 of our bronc riding Big Sky Region Rodeo. As we talk about our bronc riding coming in here, it has been an outstanding year in the bronc riding. So we're back with Emmett Johnson, the Montana State University Billings Cowboy, having a little stage fright in there. A horse that he's getting on here tonight is stalling in the buck and shoot. They're going to try to get him out safe and sound, so we'll regroup one more time and give it a go. There we go, it looks like. There. Not the easiest way to get out, but we got one started here now. He's giving it a go. He's a little bit getting that head up there, but you know what? The 8-second whistle came at a good time, Vance Ruff.
Just looking at him, one of our taller cowboys, not the easiest thing to do in the bronc riding. As you see, really wanting to see that more spurring action.
And you see that, yeah, just like you said, it almost looked like, I thought maybe his stirrups were a little short for him like there, and maybe not, me not being a bronc rider, it just looked like he just never could get in time to go ahead and get them reset to that front end. And yeah, you know what, Vance, if I was trying to call it, I would say Tyler Turco may be coming up next. How about that? We're going to have them all in there either way, shape, or form, but we'll go to Tyler Turco now, the Grizzly. If you're going to be a Bear, you might as well be a Grizzly. And this University of Montana man has been making a name for himself at the number 1 position in the saddle bronc riding in the Big Sky region. I love it.
He has had a great year. And then you watch this young man. If you like bronc riding, he's going to show you the classic event rodeo. Tyler, match him up with a good horse just like that.
he just exposes himself each and every time, and he knows you don't get any points from just sitting there. So, I mean, when they open that gate, that's what I love. He exposes himself, and those feet go to work, and the number one man in the Big Sky region, Tyler Turkle, gets set down nice and easy from a Ram pickup man. We're going to see what the officials of the Wayland Tire replay giving you a nice example on how he went after him, Vance.
67 points on the ride for Tyler Turco, so that'll set the pace. In our Slack today, we've talked about that, the XS contestants. It was all timed events. So tonight, you're joining in with us. You're going to see all of the bareback riders, the saddle bronc riders, the bull riders. We're going now to the battle. Connor Murnion, the number 4 man in the Big Sky region. The junior, getting a business degree, University of Montana Western.
Yeah, this kid's a whale of a bull rider, too, and a whale of a talent. I mean, I think if he concentrated on the bronc riding a little more, getting stood up in the saddle, you don't see that very often. He's got a really strong core for being from the bull riding and bringing it into the saddle bronc riding, as we talked about the rodeo family, but really had a good mark out rule and then went after it and then just get a little strung out there. I don't know if his rein was just a little short maybe, but no score for him here tonight.
We're going to go now to Chad Funk, also University of Montana Western.
Yeah, Chad Funk coming up. University of Montana Western Cowboy coming up to us.
You know, he's a senior. He's going to school, getting a business administration degree, rodeoing for Coach Ole Els. Idaho Cowboy.
This is a great start right here as we get to watch Chad Funk coming up.
Well,
I mean to tell you, there is something that you talk about difficulty. He's not going to be a lot of points that I believe right now, but what a difficult horse to get twisted. I think you can tell by the smile on his face. He's happy to get one to the 8-second whistle.
Well, and sometimes that's, what they're looking for. They're battling for that confidence. Take us through this right here in the Wayland Tire replay.
So going down to our officials, we talked about an option for a re-ride does come up at 47 points with an option for a re-ride. Bruce Keller and Lynn Smith both got together and said, you know what, not a very fair opportunity to get to the winner's circle. So
if nothing else, get him into that top 10 and give him another, as you would say, a chip in a chair.
Yeah.
Or do I take the re-ride with a chance to potentially win the round?
I mean, I think that all has to do with your confidence in your ability. He says, but like you talked about, he was in there. He's going to take that 47 and move. Hopefully it'll continue to move him to tomorrow night's action as we go down. Yancey Holly, Montana State University Northern, actually, up there in Haber. You talked about the Kallenbergers, head coach. We'll watch this. Yes, Vance.
Yancey was battling.
It was a battle right from start to finish. As we see Yancey there.
We've seen him start some great horses earlier in the spring and then get bucked off. And what I see him working on, and Jeff, tell me what you think, but now he's staying more in the middle of him. He knows when to expose himself.
And it looks like a little more lift in his rein will dang sure help him with them feet getting set back up in there. And that's nice to see him get to the whistle.
So 67 points, Tyler Turco starting us off. And then so far we've gotten some guys on that leaderboard, 56, 47, and a 38 to round us out. So 2 big sections. We're going to see Coley move down. His option will come up in section number 2.
Caleb McMillan, I believe we're going to go back in the bronc rider. We'll go back to 2 big sections of bronc riding. All right, Caleb Schmidt. Caleb McMillan, Northwest College, making a bronc ride. Man, he's right there at that 8-second whistle as we saw Caleb McMillan, Northwest College talent. Looking down to our officials as we go to the Wayland Tire replay one more time. That is a good sign, as we talked about, as you heard the in-house announcer, Larry Larang. It looks like we're going to have a score coming in, and that's exactly what we needed. The effort was there. He was kind of getting in time there as it went on down the line, and it was awful close. And that'll do us for our first section of bronc riding right now, with some unfinished business coming up a little bit later in the round. We'll move up, down the line, back to the timed event side of the arena, and team roping coming up.
Well, 67 points leading that way, Jeff Marn. I'm Vance Ruff. Stick around with us. We'll be right back right after this.
All right, I gotta go.
You be careful. You're going to get run.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Vance Ruff along with Jeff Marn. Thanks for joining us here, the Four Seasons Arena in Great Falls, University of Providence, the Big Sky Region finale for 2018. Team roping.
Headers on one side, heelers on the other.
Looking at a recap from the leaderboard coming in, 7.4 Bubba Boots,
here
Mr. Williams, the pair from Northwest College. Stretched one up, roped one in 7.4 seconds, and they're in the lead. 16.1 is the cutoff.
Yeah, the top three right now in the Big Sky region.
Dawson
as we go down to the leaderboard, Will Powell
they don't
on
go
the
to the same
header
school
end.
necessarily.
And it is Jack Graham in the lead right now, 476
team roping,
points and 478, I should say,
right, looks like
for the accumulated points here tonight as we go to our first team.
Our timers are ready.
First team is Dawson, Swanchera, Webb O'Neill.
One of the boys going to set
Northwest
the pace
College
at
partnered
Friday.
with Dawson Community College.
Halfway home now.
Head
come
shot.
Around, get 2
The bull
feet.
rider
Is it gonna work?
sets down a pair.
Oh,
Gets 2 feet.
stretch him out.
They
That'll
face up and
do.
straight.
Nice run, boys.
We talk about the start. We talk about the barrier. If the header leaves too soon, it's a +10, a 10-second penalty. The heeler, his job is to do just that, rope 2 hind feet. If you rope 1 hind,
8-9 on the run.
it's a 5-second penalty, and they got her clean in the field at 8.9.
Yeah, 8.9, as you said it, the all-around talent, the bull rider on the heels, cleaning it up, doing his job. I love it to get it kicked off, 8.9.
Dawson, Swanchera, Webb O'Neill. Justin Dahl and Kamira
All right,
Miller
next up
are
is
next
going to be
go.
Justin
Miles
Dahl
Community
and
College.
Kamira Miller. Justin Dahl, Kamira Miller,
the
Miles
Pioneers
City
riding in
Community
right now,
College
Miles
team.
Community College.
Justin there on the head and side, Kamira.
He spoke on.
She's going to be back there looking for 2 feet.
Top 3 teams qualifying for the college national
rules of the game
finals
are
there
simple.
in Casper, Wyoming.
On the head and side, there's 3 legal catches.
Justin
Slick
Dahl,
around the
Kamira
horns,
Miller.
around the neck,
Backed
or a
into
half
the
head. That's
box
1
here
horn
today.
and the nose.
Cinch
Backside, you got to rope 2. If you rope 1, it's going to cost you 5.
All right, Vince.
Well, a
All
great
right,
head
running
start
down to
right
the
there, and he
backside.
just reaches out and misses him with a head loop.
Yeah,
It's
got a
gonna be
little
no
too
time.
far down
Well,
that arena.
empty loops
as you
for that
said.
team, and that's not what they were looking
Kamira
for.
did not
Darn
get
it.
an opportunity
Justin
on the heeling
comes up
side,
with
so
a
no
miss, and
time.
that's a no time for the Miles City team.
You can see it in the
No
Wayland
time.
Tire replay, Jeff Martin. He just lets that steer just a little
Lane
too
McGill
far.
and Lawson McGill.
And then that steer getting down the arena, he tries to reach at him. Things start
Lane
changing
and
as you get
Lawson.
closer to that buck and shoot. The steers start letting
All
up,
right,
looking for a
the
way
McGill
out.
boys roping together.
We're going to go to Lane McGill,
Now.
Lawson McGill.
One goes to Bozeman,
Montana
one goes
State
to Miles City.
and Miles Community College partnered together.
Trying
the
to
McGills.
earn points.
Yeah, the McGills.
In that team roping race. Trying to win those championship prizes from
Lane,
the
he's got a lock in
University
the tie-down roping
Providence
already in the Big Sky
Rodeo this
region. But
weekend.
here,
of a second.
McGill backing into the box.
Everything's got to be good. 7.4, the fast run in the team roping from this morning.
you know, Lane, another one of our graduating seniors from Montana State.
All right, he's
Good
out.
shot at the score right there. Steer.
Got a
him.
head catch.
Lane's
Yes.
got him. Lawson going to be looking for 2 feet. Well, he got one.
Well,
Got
stretch him
one,
up
and
one
that'll
hind leg,
cost
5-second
him 5.
penalty.
Going to be an 8.7 plus 5. Going to be 13 and
13
7.
and 7 is the total with
time,
the penalty.
including the penalty. 13
That is
and
fast
7.
enough to be in the top 10 right now.
Yes, even with that 5-second penalty in, like you said,
Levi
it's
Midland and
important to
Caleb
clean it
McMillan.
up, whether you get 1 or 2 right now, because that still gives you an opportunity to totally redeem yourselves on a Saturday night coming back into the University of Providence.
Midland and McMillan,
Big Sky Regional
Northwestern
Finals tomorrow
College.
night.
Have you not seen enough of Caleb McMillan in the performance?
Yeah,
He's
he
ready
is.
to see some
I'll tell
more.
you
What an
And
athlete.
He's not going to
All
be
of our
done.
college athletes
Levi
we talked
Midland,
about
Caleb
at the
McMillan
beginning
getting
of
set.
our show
Northwest
tonight.
College,
Remember,
Powell, Wyoming.
Rodeo
You see Levi
contestants
there
you
on the
see
head
in our
side.
arena, all
Caleb
college
will be doing the healing.
students as well. The best part about it is it's
I
their
told you
talent
earlier
here in
on,
the arena
every event they'll let
has
him enter.
afforded them the opportunity to
Outside
further
of the
their
bareback riding,
education.
yeah,
Maybe an
Caleb.
opportunity they wouldn't.
Yeah, a little fishing on the heading
otherwise
side. It
have
didn't
had.
work out, so no time comes up for
Proud
a
of
very
all of our
talented
Big Sky Region schools.
hitter and healer combo
program, the
for
scholarship.
tonight's.
that
You'll
they
see it here on the
offer
Wayland Tire replays.
to all
Horse
of
kind of
these
took the
student
bit from him
athletes.
there and broke
Yeah.
wide. I
No
think he
time
tried pulling.
for
Well,
Levi
then his
and
horse
Caleb, no
lunged
time.
and steer kind of
All right.
waiting on him and
Ashley and
missing the
Albert
head lead.
Koenig.
Here's the brother-sister team, the twins. This is Albert, Ashley Koenig, Montana State University. This
Ashley Koenig on the head and side.
Saw
Albert
Ashley
Koenig
out
over there on the healing
earlier
side.
in the go
These
time.
two
She's
have
going
been
to be doing the
roping
head.
together for a
her
long
twin brother,
time.
Albert. He's going to do
Get
the
a
healing.
run put together tonight.
Could you rope with your family? I mean, could you? I just don't know if that would work for me. I just don't know if the relationship brother-sister combination. I think there would be some feuding maybe.
Every family member that I've ever talked to, luckily for me, I only have one family member that even likes to rope with me.
That's
And her and I get along pretty well, so
well, that's good.
Ron
You know,
actually wants him standing.
I was just throwing it out there. You know, it's an interesting perspective. But I'm telling you what, we've got the heading and done. Albert, it is up to you.
well, one hind leg, 5 in the field. But we're going to look down this Wayland Tire replay. Ashley might have left a little early as well. You see her right here. You see that, Barry? You can see the pigtail fall. That
Yeah.
means she broke the line before the steer pulled it. So that's going to be 15 seconds in penalties. That's going to take them too long and not an opportunity to get into that top 10.
Unfortunate, but that's the way the cookie falls here today as we move it on down the line. Jake Worthen, late Bullman coming into the arena at this time, heading in healing combination. University of Montana Western.
The Bulldogs, I hear the cowbell in the background.
You know, that we touched on it earlier. We'll touch on it again. Oli, what an outstanding program she's created for all these years there. As we got a nice head catch. Oh, a little tough to clean up on the healing side, and the no time comes up. But, you know, back to that story right there, Oli. And, you know what, I was always amazed by the recruiting. And she always made each and everybody that she, you know, communicated with when she has been recruiting to make them feel like family. And it almost, boy, there's no place you'd rather go rodeo and is that University of Montana Western. She is sure good at her job, and what a talented, you know, team she's put together for so many years.
Well, you talk about family members. Here's the sisters, Celie Salmon, Molly Salmon. Celie doing the heading, Molly doing the healing. Head catch, the Bobcats. Family heritage.
Yep. No, another swing and a miss on the healing side.
We talk about the family. You saw the look.
I did. I wasn't going to mention it, but I'm glad you did. We're just curious, you know. But if looks could kill sometimes.
Like, really?
All right, we got to change it up.
But I'll tell you what a great rodeo family. Her mom and dad were Bobcats.
Yeah.
Hate to see them go out with a no time. Allie Brown, Jake Nelson, the Bobcats represented once again. Allie Brown from Oregon, her brother, competed. He started his career as a football player over in Washington, then transferred to MSU to rodeo. Graduated last year, Rookie of the Year in the PRCA. Allie is no slouch, a great horseman, all-around talent. She's going to do the head, and Jake Nelson, he's on the heel side. A lot of family relationships with brothers and sisters and siblings going to their appropriate schools. Allie's got to let it lay.
Oh,
there
yes.
you go.
She, you know,
Jake,
that
very nice heel loop.
nice. You know, there was some patience, and I tell you what, that paid off right there for the heading and healing right there. As you watch this heading, we're going to go to the Wayland Tire replay in moments. But watch the patience on Allie here coming up. It's amazing right here. You know, if she would have went to the horn right off the bat. I think she'd have slipped it and it would have been, but we're going to watch this right here. She just let it fall right exactly where she needed to. Maybe cost him a second or two, but it worked.
Sure, and a great heel loop right there. Just, again, getting into that fence, it's hard to get all that slack out. And in doing so, he slips the leg. 14-3 is the total with the penalties. Well, that's going to conclude the team roping. Stick around with us. We've got more great Big Sky Rodeo Regional Finale Rodeo coming up right after this.
The foundation of Dawson Community College success is uniquely talented and dedicated personnel who share a commitment to high academic standards, vibrant campus culture, and individual attention to student needs. In addition to intramural sports, DCC offers competitive intercollegiate athletics competing against the best schools in Montana. Dawson Community College offers an exceptional learning environment in which students gain the knowledge and skills they need to be leaders in today's world. Learn today, lead tomorrow.
Have the second section of saddle bronc riding coming in. As we told you about Tyler Turco, University of Montana man in the number 1's position. He's got that locked up. He in the bronc riding. A trip to the college national finals is in his future. Keenan Reinhardt as well. Looks like pretty inevitable that he's going as well. That third spot is up in the air, and that's what's going to get down to the interesting as we go into tonight. Top 10 are coming back, and the number 1 person we're going to see here tonight coming in, Austin Amick, I do believe. University of Montana Western man with a no score here, and a big, solid bucking horse underneath him. The big paint going to make a victory lap here tonight. Austin Amick, University of Montana Western, cowboy coming in there. You saw that big blow up there, and Vance, he just never had that opportunity. Hung up in that stirrup, a really dangerous position. Just a real awkward way to get off one. Not the way he wanted to get the night started.
Now we're going to go to a Bobcat.
TJ Green, the cowboy, coming up to us right now. The Montana State University Bobcat.
TJ needs, he just needs some confidence. He needs to finish this season strong. Not an opportunity to get to the college national finals, but another great student, great cowboy. And he's got an opportunity right here, TJ. Oh,
yeah, TJ. Yeah. He landed awful hard, and I'm telling you what, not what he was looking for, but we're going to go back to the Waylon Tyler replay right now and looking at that daylight according to the saddle. Just a rough get-go right there for TJ.
So we're going to stay with the Bobcats, go to Keenan Reinhardt, the number 2 man in the Big Sky region. He's been to the college finals before. This young man knows how to win a bronc ride.
He does it, and that's what you touched on it just right. Knows how to win and knows that it's pretty safe to say he's got his trip locked up for the Casper to the college national finals. But you want to talk about a guy that's competitive and can ride a pretty saddle bronc. This is it. His spurring motion, he gets aggressive out there, and I think the sky's the limit. A great kid in and out of the arena. Keenan coming up, the number 2 man in the Big Sky region right now.
He's been winning this spring. He's a senior, graduating senior, getting an accounting degree. The Canadian young man growing up north of the border, coming down, rodeoing for the Bobcats in Bozeman, and he has been an asset for Coach Andy Bolich. See him lift on the rein, the markout rule in effect.
Yes.
Just go to work, Reinhardt.
He just kind of waiting for that horse to do a little more than what he gave him here tonight. But, Keenan, when you talk about what a great transition that was, the Canadian athlete coming down to the States there. The Montana State University has welcomed him with open arms, and he's served that team very well.
Wayland Tire Replay, good show. Like you said, he was waiting for that horse to really break into it and give him an opportunity to get in a rhythm.
Yes, and you know, we touched on that earlier. Sometimes the harder those horses buck, it helps these better bronc riders to set them and kind of get their momentum going.
63 points on the ride, so an opportunity. Sitting second on the leaderboard right now. An opportunity to get into that top 10 and be back tomorrow night. The championship for the rodeo is based on an aggregate, the combined scores. So after the short round tomorrow, highest marked cowboy on 2 horses. We're at Northwest College now. Calvin Schaefer.
There you go.
Oh, Calvin, keep lifting and keep riding, buddy. Yes, a little second effort there helped him stay in the saddle for 8-second whistle.
Calvin Schaefer, the horse's name is Pistol, gonna circle right around.
You bet. There for the 8-second ride, looking to be in that top 10 as it's all said and done. I believe he's going to be enough. We'll see how the officials, Lynn Smith, Bruce Keller, our officials here tonight.
Watch the cowboy.
See the tally of score coming in.
The freshman, Northwest College. I see a big future here as well. Not an easy horse to get by. Well, so correction earlier, Corey Rafferty was the cowboy that started off this section. As it sounds like we're going to Austin Amick now. Austin Amick getting set to go. Great shot from our cameraman, Austin. He's a junior going to school, business administration. Growing up over there in the Oregon country, going to school. We've talked a lot about Coach Ole Else and her final year as coach for the Bulldogs.
Something about that Northern Ford bucket chute, I'm telling you.
Is there something about it, too, as far as shoot position when you're indoors, Jeff Martin, based on the corners of the arena?
Oh, definitely. I mean, you know, these horses know when there's a horse in front of them, and just like we saw right there, being at the end, they know where they're at. Those, you know, and maybe not being in an indoor arena for the first time, some of these horses have not, and it's a difficulty. It's just like a young freshman coming into the Big Sky Regional Finals for the first time. There might be some butterflies, and it looks like this young horse is going to come out and check us out here.
Well, Austin doing his job. Step 1, a successful 8-second ride.
Yeah, it looks like you're a roping horse out there here tonight, Vance Ruff.
I've had a couple run just like that.
Yes.
Jeff Martin.
Oh, we've got some rough news right off the bat. As we talked about the mark-out rule, if you saw it plain as day, our Wayland Tire Replay gave us an up-close and personal view of those feet, and they were not in front of those shoulders on that first, you know, where the mark-out rule came into effect, Vance. No score. And I'm telling you what, we got more bronc riding to go. Second section here at the University of Providence, the Big Sky Regional Finals Rodeo night number 1. Back to Morgan Boggs of Blackfoot Community College, the cowboy. Morgan Boggs.
Here's Morgan Boggs.
All right, Morgan. Set your feet, ride a bucking horse. Oh, never good when the legs are straight.
He just gave a new meaning to getting tall in the saddle, Vance Ruff. Wow. Yes. I mean to tell you, we're going to watch this Wayland Tire Replay, and I know, you know, it's we've got a great seat from where we're sitting, but I'm telling you what, I want you to, if we can see the up close and personal look at this man's expression when he is, I'd say right about here. We are going to get more than you bargained for as he's airborne here tonight. A no score, but he'll be back. Here's another kid, you know, up in that country, the Blackfoot Nation, have some great bucking horse, some outstanding bronc riders to learn from, so an opportunity at that as well.
Shane Burrattler, Miles. It's not Miles Community College. It's Montana State University Northern.
These guys, there's a lot of experience in rodeo behind those bucking chutes, and here we go.
Well, Coach Kallenberger was an outstanding saddle bronc rider himself, so he's at home back there behind the bucking chutes. And he's at home teaching these youngsters the way, as you see him tip his hat to the bucking horse. Down too soon for Shane Burrattler, going to be a no score. Jeff, take us through the Wayland Tire. What set him up for failure right here?
You know, right there, you could see him. He didn't feel comfortable to expose himself, and that horse just kept taking that power to him. And, you know, a lot of those guys say if you sit there and do nothing, the thunder's coming, buddy. I tell you what, because you got to loosen up and go at them just like they're taking it to you, and that's what helps the aggression.
Coley Schmidt, Miles Community College. We saw him having trouble with a horse in section number 1. Got him a re-ride opportunity, a new horse underneath him, and he is going to be our final saddle bronc rider. Had an opportunity to watch this young man last year as well in the college rodeo. This is Coley Schmidt of Miles Community College. Yeah, you got to really be careful.
Coley.
How you say that
Yes,
name.
you know, no pun intended,
Nope.
Coley. Let's do it. Let's get a bronc road. And I mean,
wow.
now loosen up a little bit. Wow. He, you know, I give him props right there because you could see by the head snapping as we're going to watch this Wayland Tire replay coming up. But watch the power. And granted, he was not in time, but you can just see, look how far his head's snapping back up. And that is power. Tip of the hat to that good bucking horse right there. It was a great night for the horse and not so much for the young talent, Coley Schmidt.
So Tyler Turco is going to hang on for the win in round number 1. Once again, the number 1 man, 67 points. Keenan Reinhardt is sitting in that number 3 spot. Those two have been dominating all spring long. Calvin Schaefer in there, unofficially at 64. But it's Tyler Turco's night. Stick around with us. We are just over halfway through performance number 1 at the University of Providence College Rodeo, the Big Sky Region finale. We'll be right back. Well, Jeff Martin, welcome back. I'm Vance Ruff, along with my friend Jeff Martin. College rodeo action at its best as we transition back to the timed event end of the arena. 2.7, Marley Mussman, University of Montana Western, leading the way. 3.4 faster to get into that top 10. That's a narrow window.
Exactly. And you know what? And you talk about tonight, you talk about an energy level. When they're handing out Big Sky Region buckles for the year ends and championships of the weekend, the energy level is also elevates from there as we go to our first breakaway roper out tonight. Brenna Kruger, Montana State University Northern. A no time as a swing and a miss goes out as a Wayland Tire replay.
The youngster from Havre looked good. I love the camera shot from behind to get an opportunity. And she, as you'll see it right here, scored sharp, but that calf just kind of running.
Yeah.
She took a reach and throw at him. Again, you can't go very far down the arena and stay in that 3.4 to 2.7 range. So the ladies got to be on that line, scoring sharp, tip down, ready to catch. So we're going to go to Brooke Smith, University of Montana Western.
Brooke Smith with Sealy Salmon leading the breakaway roping in the Big Sky region.
Nothing better than to come out and win both go-rounds in the average.
Yeah,
it's your final college rodeo.
Big shake-up in the standings.
Oh, you got to let that rope just kind of settle over the nose.
Yeah.
Took her time and made sure it fell down over the nose.
Time coming in.
5.3 for Brooke.
Don't think it's quite going to be fast enough here today. 5.3 unofficially the time. 5.3.
Well, we're going to stay with the University of Montana Western. Callie Wallenberg, another all-around talent. No stranger to the winner's circle in the barrel race as well.
It's going to get fast before it's all said and done. And the University of Montana Western, Cowgirl backs into the box right now.
Not of the resist all. Scoring sharp, got him. Maybe just a little bit deep. As we look down, we see the flag wave. It's going to be a no time for Callie Wallenberg.
Illegal catch.
Talk about that clean bell catch.
Yeah.
Slick around the neck.
Watch it here on the replay.
It's a good angle. Right now you're going to get to see exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah, just picking up that left front leg right there. Where the rope goes on kind of right to left just a little bit, you want your curl to come right back up around the top of that left ear. And if it comes back low or opens up or rope them a little deep, it's going to open a little sooner, and an opportunity for that leg to step
It is definitely an art, you know, to get in there and get that touch and know exactly where you are with the end of that rope. So as we go to Scout,
Scout Yoakum, Northwest College. Saw her in the go tying a while ago. Just a youngster, freshman, and chock full of talent. This girl really impressed me the first rodeos out of the gate in the spring. Come on, Scout. Look at him over. Oh, that calf just right at the last second.
Yeah, you saw that move by the calf. Veer off. Just not going to help Scout right there at no time coming in.
You know, but again, you touched on it earlier. The competition level, and then coming in, finishing your rodeo inside the Four Seasons Arena, finishing your season. What a great opportunity for these youngsters to really grow from it and come back as a sophomore the next year and really battle.
So we moved on down to Madison McLaughlin coming into us next here. University of Montana Cowgirl. The Grizzlies are going to be represented. As you mentioned, Corey Mitty, the head coach, in the back of the boxes, giving his last second points of advice, as you might say, Vance. Just not her night tonight. We're going to touch on here.
You know, we talked a lot last year about Abby Knight. She's been to the college finals, finished in the top 7 in the nation more than once, and I'd like to see her come out and rope a calf in 2.3 seconds.
Oh, and it could happen here, and as we touched on, this is her home turf. This is her backyard. There's nothing, nobody comes into her house and takes it easily. She's going to go out. She's a competitor, like you said, and an outstanding individual. So very intelligent young lady backs into the box right now, and a proud University of Providence member, and this is her time.
Oh, score sharp, rope sharp. Oh, you know, showing the offense, I liked it. If there was an opportunity to go to lead in the round, it was going to happen right there. The graduating senior, she's a pre-vet major.
No time tonight for Abby Knight.
Yes, she is a hand. So as we go back down there to our leaderboard, as we touched on our opening, you told us where our gap was. That's kind of stayed there somewhat.
Cowgirls are going for it tonight. They know what they've got to do. Kamira Miller, Miles Community College.
And this is her time to shine. She's a handy.
Miles City Community College.
Right, another great camera shot of the score.
Let's get a good
Stand right there, maybe just off the barrier a little bit, but that calf waited for her.
That's the one we're looking for. Nice run.
Yes.
The challenge when they slow up, I like them to rope deep just like that because it's going to break away a little sooner.
Now you can make some noise. Nice job.
She gets it done at a time of 3.8.
You know, that's the thing we touched upon. A little outside the bubble, though, right now. That 3.4 is kind of the where you're shooting. A nice little run, but a 3.4 or better still in that top 10. Have to be.
But a great run by Kamira Miller, 3.8, and we're down to the final 3 in the breakaway roping. Brooke Windward, Northwest College, Powell, Wyoming. You know, timed events, it's a combination. You see the pusher, you see the calf. Competitor setting her horse, she wants to be set just right in that corner. Make sure the calf is looking straight out. Your pusher is dialed in, ready to go. He's the one that's going to get this calf started really good for a great start. Tip down and right around the neck.
That's the way to do it.
Jeff Martin, that is textbook breakaway roping right there.
And she set up, and you know, credit goes out to that horse as well. It was fast. Set a 3.6, just a little shy, but a heck of a good run like you touched on. Look at that horse, and then sets her up, puts on the brakes.
3.6.
Was she almost just too close? I mean, it took a little bit for that slack to come out of that rope. It looked like it might have cost her just a few tenths, but a nice run regardless.
Hitting the nail right on the head. It's back to that luck of the draw. You want one that's going to start but not run too fast, but yet keep running. And you do want to rope on that first throw. Your first throw is your best throw. Tiari Elgin, the senior, University of Providence. Nodding her head. She had a good run in the go time. Get him roped. Let's have a run in the breakaway.
Oh. Some tough luck for the University of Providence cowgirl. On a no time comes up for her tonight.
You know, she's going to be back, though, Jeff Marn. She's graduating senior. She's rodeoed her 4 years of competition, but she's coming back to finish her schooling. 2 degrees, a double major, and she's going to be part of the managing crew, part of the assistant coaching program here at the University of Providence, and that's going to be outstanding.
Yeah, that's good news for Dick Lyman, Silver Lacrosse. As we go to our final breakaway roper, Madison Wilkerson of the Montana State University.
Oh, Madison.
All right, you're on, Madison.
Oh, a runner.
She didn't throw.
Looking back, I'm not sure.
And I'm not so sure she nodded. I mean, I missed it. As we're going to go back to our.
They say bring it.
We'll see what actually happened.
I think you're right. You know, in watching it, because I was really surprised.
She was really
at how
far
late
off that
was.
barrier. Yeah,
right there.
Yeah,
something happened that caused a foul, is what they're saying.
Okay. So I'm not sure what happened.
A rerun.
She looked back and declared herself as we talked about earlier. So we'll see. I think she's going to get to do that over again.
Well, and we're looking down our officials. I heard them say it. I think they're bringing the calf back. Not sure if we're going to stay right here in the breakaway roping or if it's going to be something at the end of the performance, but an opportunity for her. So Madison nods her head this time. Things looking better. Reach and rope him. No.
Just a tough night for Madison here. The Montana State University Bobcat will ride out of our arena here at the University of Providence in the Four Seasons Arena with a no time. So that'll do it for the ladies breakaway as we move it on down the line, back down to the timed event shoots for our tie-down roping here today.
So stick around with us. We'll be right back.
Truck manufacturers these days are producing some pretty powerful trucks. That's why we designed the Michelin Defender LTX MS tire. It's built with stronger advanced compounds that hold up to tougher conditions. The Defender LTX MS has outstanding all-season traction and excellent fuel efficiency backed by our 70,000-mile warranty. So whether it's a working truck or you're hauling your snowmobile or boat, you'll get the most out of every mile. Turn to the experts to find the right Michelin tire for whatever you drive.
Wayland Tire. We know tires.
My name is Ava Duncan. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, and my major is natural horsemanship. I like the Experience One program because it's unique and it's innovative. I went and studied wild horses at the Pryor Mountain Range a week before school started, and I get credits for it, and I'm in a class for it right now studying everything we learned in our whole trip. Honestly, this program is what's giving me a shot at having a career in the horse industry, and for that, I'm so grateful, and it's such a privilege to be here.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Vance Ruff along with Jeff Marn. Continuing on performance number 1, the first go-round of the Big Sky Region Finals. But we're going to transition right to the men in the tie-down roping. Well, the tie-down roping is going to be a lot the same. Jeff Marn, 10-6 to 13-9 are the top 10 right now. So you got to be 13-8 or faster.
Yeah.
To get yourself into the tie-down roping top 10, we're bringing the top 10 back. If you're just joining us, it's been a great night of rodeo action so far. Bareback riding, steer wrestling is complete, goat tying, team roping and saddlebrook riding, and now ladies breakaway. Let's just start with Jack Graham, Montana State University. The Oregon Cowboy coming to school, the junior. This is another runaway bullet. He can be fast as anybody. If you're 10.6, you're not safe when Jack Graham hasn't gone yet.
All-around talent as well. You'll see him in other events, as we spoke upon. Montana State University commanding the tie-down roping in the Big Sky region, as we touched on. Jack representing Bobcat Nation, our first tie-down roper of the night.
In the Big Sky region. Jack Graham is going to start us out tonight. Top spot right now, 10.6. That was Trevin Bowman from this morning.
Well, a little malfunction at the barrier. You saw the string. Sometimes the string pops away, so they retie the string. That is tied to the pigtail on the barrier. That's the indicator for our field officials, our Wrangler Pro officials. Lynn Smith will repin it right there. If the cowboy leaves too soon, he's going to push on that rope before the calf, who has a rope around his neck, pulls the pin. That's the pigtail that will fall to the ground, signifying that we've left too soon and a 10-second penalty.
You know, talk about the hours of these animal athletes. These guys put in, especially in the collegiate level. It's amazing. The talented horses that they're riding as well. There we go, a fast-running calf with a good head catch.
Well, I'll tell you what, the setup is Jack's. The littler calves that are running fresh and strong, handy on the ground, and quick hands. You see him jump up, hustle back onto his horse. He's got to ride forward, slacken the rope. That calf's got to stay tied for 6 seconds. Great Wayland Tire replay shot right here.
You said it, that calf was running.
Gonna work. How about a new leader? 10 flat for Jack Graham.
Well, Jeff Marn, we just saw the leaderboard change. I told you the leaderboard wasn't safe until Jack Graham goes. 10 seconds flat. Just taking over the lead in the tie-down roping. Round number 1.
Yeah, he had the pick of the pen, but I tell you what, that little calf came out. If he just did, he did his job with the rope in his hand right there. But with the 10 flat, that'll be the leader and give something for Will Powell to be chasing right now.
Will Powell, Montana State University, getting set to go.
Yeah, good camera angle showing you the concentration on the AQHA animal that Will's aboard here tonight. Backed into the box, and here we go.
Oh, that calf looking for a way out.
Boy.
You know, Cowboys got to compete on the animals drawn for them. And these little calves are fresh. They feel good. Spring is out. But they're inside as well, as you see it on the Wayland Tire replay. Right here, the calf thinks, oh, I'm going to go left. Now, if he'd have made that connection, that would have been a pretty handy Cowboy move.
It would. Yeah, I tell you, it was pretty handy just to stay in the saddle at that point in time right there. We're going to go to Webb O'Neill right now. You saw Webb a little earlier clean it up on the heeling side of the team roping. You talk about all-around athletes. This is another Cowboy that'll clean him up right here in the tie-down roping.
We've seen him before make short rounds in the tie-down roping. He's got one that's just kind of trying him over there to the right. He just waits out a good throw. Watch him right here on the ground. Up and down, cross tie. Come on, Webb. You'd mentioned it earlier, you know, going to school in Glendive and having the opportunity. Big Circle Rodeo is over there. Paul Eicher, Courtney Deagle, and that crew, Colt Nagy, they put together a great time to event practice.
6 seconds. He's going to be right on the edge of it. 13.
Yeah, a little patience there. Waited, like you said there, and you saw that Wayland Tire replay give us a up-close and personal look.
So 13-7, stopping the clock, Webb O'Neill. That gets him into the top 10 right now. He's right on that bubble. So 13-9 changes to 13-7.
As we got more tie-down roping.
Ethan Stensrud, Northwest College, getting set to go. We're back at it.
Ethan's got a run going right now. Got one caught out there. Having a little trouble getting him flipped over.
Oh, his horse kind of not helping him right here.
Not
Just
at all.
checking out the rest of the arena.
Boy, I don't even think Ethan knew that horse was about to come up and sniff his back side of his resistol.
You know, and that sometimes that'll cause a calf to kick. You know, all you want them to do is hold their head right there.
But Vance, yeah, you touched on it though. You rope that good and keep him that well tied, he's safe.
Well, 22-9 for Ethan Stensrud. That's going to be a little too long. Get him into the top 10.
It's going to go right down to the nitty-gritty. Montana State University Northern Cowboys. Zane Marcinko coming in.
It's always great that first rodeo out of the spring. This young man showed up with cornrows.
You would look good in a set of cornrows there, Vance.
I don't think my stylist would allow that to happen, but a shout-out to the Barber Revolution and Red's Classical Barbershop there in Belgrade. You need to stop on by.
I do. Al needs to touch me up a little bit. I might be on help, but Zane Marcinko, here we go in the tie-down roping. Montana State University Northern talent nods his head. Got one caught.
You know, he comes from a good rodeo family. His brother George was an outstanding champion. Been to the college finals, been to the Montana Circuit finals. This is his brother Zane.
Make sure he's going to stay. Nice job.
Bobbing and weaving.
Zane Marcinko.
I'll tell you what.
You know, and he's in the zone. It didn't look fast right there, but Zane didn't get in his own way.
If I do catch it, I get all my money back.
We'll see what the clock is stopped at in moments as that calf remains tied for the 6 seconds.
I get your paycheck.
Bruce Keller, Lynn Smith giving the nod.
Well, you see it on the Whalen Tire replay, just kind of grinding out a tie right there, making it work. Calf staying tied. He's got him stacked just a little bit, but he makes it work. Waiting on the official time.
So as we go back to Bubba Boots, we'll get you that time on the last contestant here coming up a little bit. As we go to Bubba Boots, talk about this all-around talent.
Man, he dominated last year. This is a great work ethic.
Look at this. This could be fast, fast, fast.
Now right here, strategy. All you got to do is get the rope off. You only tie any 3. I like the hustle.
Boy, he has got fast hands. That little tough luck on that catch.
Boy, those little calves, they can be tough.
But then you saw the barrier, and I thought we see Lynn Smith give us the sign up there that's official with the broken barrier. We're going to
see it right there. He just, he left just before the calf. Then he roped him a little bit deep. Calf gets through it. You catch 2 hind legs. It's awful hard to tie when that horse is working, but his horse gave him just a chance to get the slack out of the rope, to get the rope off the feet, get him tied. But a barrier is going to take him out of it. An opportunity for the short round, but Bubba Boots, you're going to see a lot more of him.
He just gave you a little sneak preview of how competitive and how much of an athlete that cowboy actually is.
Exactly. Cyrus Robertson, next to go, University of Montana Western. Cyrus hasn't quite been the year that he's wanted, but again, this is another young man. Works hard.
You and I touched on it, and we got to speak with him a little earlier, and he said, you know what, I can't wait to come back here, maybe totally redeem myself with the season I had and have some. But just when I go ahead and open my mouth like that, we have a little hitch right there, but I'm glad he stayed in the saddle right there.
I tell you, that's
youth.
That's youth, exactly. Yeah. You and I both would be laying in a pile right now.
It would have been all over but the crying. Maybe the laughing a little bit, but I wouldn't do that to you, Vance. But no, tip of the hat to another great cowboy right there.
I would be the first one to get up giggling. It's happened before. It'll probably happen again.
Yes. So as we move it on down the line, more tie-down roping we go.
James Ramirez, University of Montana Western. Here's a young man. This is an interesting situation. He went to Western on a basketball scholarship. Plays basketball and rodeos. He is very competitive at both.
Yeah. Well, it's worked for some of our top athletes around the country. Bridger Chambers, similar, sitting in the top 10 in the world right now. In the steer wrestling, also University of Montana Western Cowboys. So let's go to James and see if we can't get something done.
Well, just making sure that calf is looking straight out to shoot. Jeff Moore, we talked about it. If the calf's head's down or it causes a delay when the gate's open, if he's looking straight ahead, better chance if he's going to leave.
Boy, what I'm telling you what.
He showed some offense. I like it.
A scud missile. That horse is going to work.
Step, cross, string, and tie. Oh, James, get him gathered up.
Yeah.
Sometimes those little legs.
All right, good time for the University of Montana Western.
Wow,
a little harder.
It was, but it was funny how you said it. Just as that gate came open, that red rocket came out of there, and he meant business.
Well,
gonna stay tied.
Opportunity to kind of know what the calves are going to do and who run them. 12-7 today for James. That's going to get him into the top 10.
Yes,
and so. We may not win first, but we got an opportunity to come back rope another one. If he does that 2 times, there's a good chance he's going to end up in that top 4 or higher in the average. Our final tie-down roper is from Montana State University, the Bobcat Jake Nelson getting set to go. Jesse, his brother in the bareback riding, we talked about him. We saw Jake in the team roping. Sophomore, going to school, getting that welding degree.
Gotta be faster than 10.
He's getting that good American quarter horse set just right in the corner.
In them 12.
Nods his head. Oh, good. He tried to be patient. That calf just didn't start. When we talk about that, you want them. Sometimes our pushers try too hard, and they push back on him. It hesitates. Sometimes the calf just isn't sure where he's going, and that threw him off. He pulled, and that sets you back in that saddle. You'll see him right here trying to pull, and then that calf making a move to the right.
Yeah, you said it just right. Just exactly how that guy came up. Things didn't happen his way. Folks, we've got a lot of action coming up there. More from the Four Seasons Arena at the Big Sky Regional Championships of the University of Providence hosting today. Stick around. We got more rodeo coming up right after this.
Clear it out. We'll wait for our officials before we go back down to the bucket shoes. Once again, a big thank you to our main
Well, we're going to start it off with Colby Minor. Colby Minor, Northwest College. A lot of good young bull riding talent going to Powell, Wyoming, rodeoing for Coach Del Nose and the Trappers. You're going to see several of them in this section, including the #1 man who's got a lock in the Big Sky region in the bull riding. But he's not going to back off the throttle either, and that's Caleb McMillan.
Yeah, there's some cowboys we'll talk about tonight. Some very interesting bull riding situations going to happen here tonight. And we've got one that needs to hang on tight. Good job, Sylvan Lacrosse. Cody Morris.
Feelgood's feeling a little frisky tonight.
As you see, the first cowboy coming up and comes down early here tonight. Not an easy bull to track. As you look at this, he's not really a lot of head action, but he really wasn't coming up in that hind end, setting him up on that rope that caused him to kind of get loosened up and spit him out of there. That didn't work out for the first cowboy up here tonight. Riley Savage coming up, our cowboy.
Who's your little buddy you got with you?
Well, we talked about our big lead in the bull riding. It's Caleb McMillan, as you touched on, the Northwest College cowboy, followed closely by Kelly Murnion, Connor Murnion in that top 3 here.
Let's go to the Hoagland's Western Wear Buck and Shoot.
Yeah, and as you look down that standings, we talked about Chase Doherty as he's getting set to go, sliding up on his rope. University of Montana Western, but Chase Doherty chose not to come back to school in the second semester. We'll come back to that in just a second.
Oh, look at this. We're going to get our first qualified ride, it looks like to me. It's called the rocking chair. Ride him jump for jump, but you saw that bull kind of park it toward the end, but good little effort for that cowboy right there.
Nice job.
Reaching for the front and setting up straight. Looking pretty good. That bull kind of had a loft day.
From Dillon.
Boy, it was tough, and I know that the horn is not the official 8 seconds, but right here at the end when that bull stopped,
it's tough. There's no worse feeling than that happens right about there, because all of that excitement, all of that action's going on, and then all of a sudden just nothing. Score coming in 67 points unofficially with an option for a rewrite. We'll see exactly.
Ruger Piva will be our next bull rider.
Piva coming into our next. Now, you talk about bull riding fans in the top 25, I do believe, in the world standings at the PRCA right now. He's concentrating on school, but the University of Montana Western talent, you know how good this athlete is. Great wrestler, great athlete. I'm a big fan of his. He's been there. I don't look for big things for this guy in the world of bull riding. He just very rarely you'll ever see him hit the ground. He's very, very consistent.
Come on.
And he makes it look easy. He's got such core strength from being in that wrestling, as we touched on before. He makes it look pretty easy.
Well, Jeff Martin, take us through this Whalen Tire replay.
And if there's kids watching at home, or if you have an opportunity, keep an eye on how square his shoulders are, where his chin's at, where his chest's at all times. He's going back to the front each and every time that front end of that bull comes up. And there's a new leader with a 70-point marking coming in. Ruger steps up. He has the presence of mind on the back of a bull is hard to gather, and that kid has a lot of it. He found his place. He goes on to the next one. He's going to win a lot of money when it's all said and done.
#1 man in the Big Sky region. A little bit of a lock on this championship. Caleb McMillan, Northwest College, Powell, Wyoming. We've seen a lot of Caleb McMillan tonight in multiple events.
I told you we'd hear his name a bunch tonight, and we have.
This is probably, in my opinion, his best event.
Yeah, Caleb is another one that sky's the limit for this kid, especially being in the position he's at. He's just, consistency pays a lot in bull riding, and this is what he's been all year, like you mentioned. Really consistent, and in this one, might as well try to buck off his tail, I would say. The long horn, making it find his spot. A bull really nice when he found his spot and found a place to spin.
Bullfighter's right there to make sure he's up and moving, and he can
kind of jumping, kicking for about 6.5 seconds. But boy, when he found his spot, it was good watching.
Joker, he's looking at you. Oh,
Caleb,
Kenny.
That's when you can really tell right here how consistent he is. He's just letting that bull pack him around, jump for jump in the replay. Knees up a little bit, didn't panic. Vance, good little bull ride.
Yeah, and he's not doing anything that's going to, put him in a bad place. I saw that with Ruger at the first rodeo out. He almost tried to ride the bull and ended up getting bucked off.
I was hoping they'd add a 10 to that. 70 points on that last ride. 70 points for that as we go back to the Mark Dorendorf, our next bull rider. Mark Dorendorf.
All right, this is Mark Dorendorf.
Northwest College Cowboy coming in. This kid's been to a lot of bull ridings. I like the way Mark rides.
Come on, Mark.
He needs to settle down there and just let him pack him around because he should be able to ride him. Mark had a good seat.
Stay down, Joker. Stay down. He's looking for you.
Wow, we take this back to the Whelen Tire replay, Jeff Martin. I mean, on one side, it was almost over at the beginning, and then he fought his way back.
You see how far he's in the well, and I was really happy that he climbed out of there. Then he just kind of got a little, went in, he went out, and just never could find that sweet spot on the back of that bull.
Kelly Murnion.
Kelly Murnion is in the Hoagland's
University of Montana Western, the number 2 man in the Big Sky region. Going back to him.
Bender, the name of the bull. Well, Murnion.
Yes, Kelly Murnion coming back.
Time to dress one up for a few more than 70 points.
Jacobs Rodeo Company bringing us the action of the bull riding. Let's see if we can do it.
Sit and ride. Come on, stay in the middle.
Oh, we've got one. And he is not pleased with anybody right now, Vance Ruff.
Steps off.
No excuses for these bulls, but like we said, it's just we had one of the hardest winters in all of Montana. Well, actually, in Montana for a lot of years, and to come off into the spring and see these animals in such great shape, they're just not quite back into rodeo shape and where they used to be. So spring rodeo, it's a little tough on him, but I tell you what, he's going to get back. He'll get an opportunity for a re-ride coming up, Kelly. We're going to see more of him coming up in just a minute.
60 points with an option.
So looking down, 60 points with an option for a re-ride. Decision time. Right now, a pair of 70s leading the way.
He's taking the re-ride. He's taking the re-ride.
He's going to take the re-ride. I like that move. Kelly Murnion says, I want to be higher than 70 points.
Me too. I was hoping he'd say that, but I understand the concept. You want to get back in that top 10, but I love the competitive attitude. It's just like Ty Murray said, you might as well be 62nd, if you're going to be somebody going to hand you that. So I love the attitude, love where his head's at. Keenan Kamami, Montana State University, here's the talent.
Sophomore, getting an animal science degree. His father was a bobcat. Keenan is an all-around talent. He ropes calves very well. A team roper, a steer wrestler, and a bull rider. Keenan, opportunity to get some confidence and finish off a 2018 season with a win. 71 points or higher, take you the lead right here, and he's very capable of doing it.
He is. He rides really good. He's one of them give and take, let him take him, then, sit up, man. Yes. That bull pulled a dirty on him. I'm going to tell you what, he set him up and then slammed him down. Keenan was making the words with the moves that, that he needed to, that are necessary, but just a tough bull to get twisted here tonight. Right here, boy, you talk about maybe rearranging your dental right there, because that could have happened just as easy as anything.
Great job.
Well, we saw a pair of 70s, Ruger Piva and Caleb McMillan. They're splitting the lead right now, 2 big sections. Section number 1 is complete. Stick around with us, because we're not done.
We'll roll out the barrel. We'll get ready, Kenny. We're going to bring in the cinch barrels. It's ladies barrel racing coming up.
Out here, we love our animals, from the wildlife to the livestock. Inside, it's the same. They're just like family. We keep them happy and healthy, most of the time. Secondhand smoke puts pets at risk for cancer, feline lymphoma, vomiting, increases the risk of tumors and lung cancer, even causes eye and skin disease. Secondhand smoke puts your pet's life at risk.
Northwest College in Powell, Wyoming. Find yourself here.
Looking for a bridge between high school and that big university? Northwest packs all the opportunities of a big school into a student-centered campus. Plus, you'll get personalized career and transfer counseling and a choice of over 50 degree programs, from accounting to welding. Close to home yet far enough away. NWC credits transfer to institutions across the country.
Assume nothing. Take the campus tour that could change your life.
Time.
Time for the ladies barrel race at the Big Sky Regional Finale here in Great Falls, University of Providence College Rodeo. Set up a little bit different with the angled barrels from where the gate is. Very similar to the college final. But you're going to see them coming in, and immediately they're crossing that start timeline.
All right, eyes are good.
And then it's one turn to the left, 2 turns to the right,
there
and vice
you go.
versa, and leave them standing.
It's turn and burn, baby. You got to be fast.
Cinch barrels are stood up.
And we're going to get going right now. Let's go to Madison Sorton, our first barrel racer out tonight. Madison Sorton.
Fast and quick.
She's a horse trainer, and she's going to take a right-hand turn, and now 2 lefts. Keep them standing. The quick, short pattern. Tipping a barrel over, but not quitting. Round number 3. Each barrel, potential 5-second penalty if knocked down.
Well, 14:59 plus 5.
Yeah, 14:59 plus the 5, 19:59 for the official clock stopping here tonight. Sierra Young, University of Montana Western, our next cowgirl.
Let's go to her teammate now, Sierra Young.
Her teammate coming clicking. They cross that line strategically to get that first barrel under wraps. Hard to get them going and then shut them down so fast.
Yes.
These girls are making it happen.
And that second barrel, it's going to be a player
Too tight.
in the officials here tonight.
Second barrel.
Yes, that second barrel goes down. Would have been a 14:79. We'll add the 5, 19.79 for the official time. Is where we're coming up.
Jaylee Stimson, University of Montana Western, is another one that will sneak up on you.
She'll bite you.
Jaylee Stimson.
Yes.
She'll sneak up and get your money in the barrel race. She's going to choose that left-hand delivery first.
There, we're going to have a clean run, it looks like. Going around 3.
Started one more to go, send them home. That's the way to finish it off. University of Montana Western cowgirl.
Yes,
14
there we go.
and 11, and she's knocking on the door.
14.11, 14 and 11, and a nice run right there, like you mentioned. That cowgirl showing you how to do it.
Nice work. For the University of Montana Western.
Rachel Kerr, the Montana State University Bobcat, about to ride into the arena. 14-11. You just saw here just a little earlier. Let's see if she can do some damage in the Four Seasons Arena here tonight.
Rachel Kerr.
Well, another one of our seniors, elementary education major, Rachel. I like this little horse. Is showing some assertiveness. Looks like a good fit and a little pattern.
Wrapping around the barrels, not leaving much room. This could be a lead change.
A little bit long, 14 and 50 for Rachel.
But not tonight. They're 14.50. 14.50 for the time.
Halfway done now.
Britton Garrett, University of Montana. The Grizzlies represented once again. Britton Garrett growing up in that Butte area and going to school at Missoula, get a degree.
Montana, Missoula.
A great shot of the long alleyway is kind of needing just a little bit of assistance to get that horse near the gate.
All right, Britton. I see her.
Reach down, reset. Come on, Britton.
Taking a long run down the alleyway. Here she is. Britton Garrett.
There we go. Round number 1 as we hit around, heading toward the third barrel here tonight.
One more to
go.
go.
You hear it, that is where it gets a little tough for the young cowgirl. About a 5-second penalty.
Plus 5, 19 and 18.
19 and 18. It's not going to get it done. We got to leave these barrels standing, and we got to get those fast times, low 14s, maybe even in the high 13s. It can be done.
Well, University of Montana Western cowgirl Emmy Elgin rides into the arena.
Emmy Elgin will be our next.
Saw her a while ago in the go tying. You saw her sister up twice tonight as well. This is the youngster, the freshman.
Yes, another all-around talent. And once again, we talked about the men's and women's teams event as we got a clean run.
Quick across the line.
A nice little run. 14.19, 14.19 on the time.
Pretty nice run.
Tawny Tribby, Montana State University. The Bobcats once again.
It's going to be your turn.
We're down to the final 3 barrel racers
to
round out round number 1. The first performance, if you're joining us, dialing in live. We appreciate you joining us.
Tawny and all the rest of the ladies.
All the great Big Sky Rodeo action coming to the finale, the final rodeo of the season.
In the barrel race in the Big
Tawny
Sky
Tribby,
region. She was 13:37
opportunity.
this morning. Tawny Tribby
13:37. What we're hearing is the fastest time so far.
Great run, start and finish it up. Back across the line, it's going to be quick. 14:33.
Yes, as we 14.33 as we cross the timeline. 14:33 as we move on to Brooks Smith coming in. Brooks Smith, University of Montana Western Cowgirl, rides into the arena. 2 remaining here tonight. The Bulldog Brooks Smith.
Brooks Smith from University of Montana Western.
Yes, top 10 coming back tomorrow in all events. This is going to be an awesome night for collegiate rodeo.
It's shaping up to be a heck of a battle in the Big Sky region.
Oh, a little bobble on that first barrel. She's going to kind of get everything back. That horse seems to be okay. She's going to go on with it and ease around the third.
All right, Brooke. Going to keep him up.
Some tough luck as we'll talk about. Stopping the time.
First barrel. Everybody's all right. 15:63.
Yeah, 15:63 with that little slip right there, but clean run as it may for the Lady Bulldog. Final barrel racer of tonight, Sealy Salmon, Montana State University Cowgirl.
And Sealy's got herself a spot right now in the go time, getting a win in the first round. Let's see if we can get her in the barrel race.
Could be her night as well. What a will of a hand here.
Sealy Salmon.
Watch this run. I like it. If she hits number 3 around here, she is good to go. It is going to be fast. Oh, nice. How about a 13:24? 13.24, 13:24. Beautiful run. Well, we got a lot more rodeo, folks. Stick around. We've got bull riding section number 2 coming up right after this.
Pick the winners and crown the champs tomorrow. You want to come back tomorrow night?
Well, welcome back, everybody. I'm Vance Ruff along with Jeff Marn. Down to our final section of the final event in round number 1 of the Big Sky Regional finale here at the University of Great Falls, Providence. Inside the Four Seasons Arena at Great Falls. If you've been with us all evening long, thank you so much for joining us and cheering on the youth and the kids, tomorrow's champions of the Big Sky Region. A recap of the bull riding, a pair of 70s leading the way. 2 of the top competitors in the Big Sky Region, Ruger Piva and Caleb McMillan. But we've got 1 full section of bull riders left to go.
All right.
Doing this again tomorrow night. Championship Saturday night. Top 10 coming back. We invite you to dial back in and join with us.
Yeah, it's going to be great. Top 10 coming back, and we're going to see if we got what we done. As we go to Bragan Erickson, University of Montana Western. Bragan Erickson,
sophomore, going to school at Western and Dillon, going after a business administration degree. Bull rider, a team roper. The Idaho Cowboy crossing the Montana state line into Dillon.
I don't know. What is nervous? If it's how I feel right now.
Warming it up, sliding up on the rope.
Yeah, it gives you a good shot of what he's dealing with down there. Trying to get that bull kind of standing off his leg and trying to put that.
He's ready to ride one.
Make sure
Let's do it right now.
Nice little outing of a bull. I mean, he got hit, boys.
Down in a bad way. Cody Morris gets a hold of him. Heads up.
We're going to help him out of the arena. He took a big shot there, Vance Ruff.
And moving.
To go back to this replay. Watch, how this bull came around that corner. Boy, I tell you what. brought him down, and thank you for that protective helmet. He still took a shot with those hind feet, but nowhere near of what that could have been.
Well, we have the best care. The EMTs are right there. The trainers from our different universities and colleges right there to help a cowboy. It's always good to see him walking out like that.
If they sold youth in bottles, I would be the first one in line, because there's only one way you get up from that. He's tough and he's young, and it's good to see he avoid an injury as we go back down to the bucking chutes and more great bull riding action.
Matthew Lipey, Dawson Community College. He's another one of the outstanding athletes. Courtney Deagle, head coach over there, very proud of this young man.
Oh, sit up.
Wow, look at this. I tell you what, he got around the corner.
Sylvan
doing a job. Cody Morris trying to keep them Cowboys protected in there. And they're going to go back to the Whalen Tire replay. We're going to watch what went wrong here. But, a lot of things went right off the bat. He kind of gave to him and sat right back up, got square. That was nice. Pumped over there. Just a little too far, maybe overrode him a little bit, Vance. And Cody Morris steps in and keeps him off him. Nice little showing of protective.
Nice work.
Well, again, just a sophomore, going to school, get a welding degree. You're going to see more of young Matthew in the future. Well, let's stay with Dawson Community College. Let's go to TJ Lepke.
Vegas Bomb, the name of the bull for TJ Dawson Community College.
Another one with lots of talent. A sophomore as well. Oh, that was a good
look at this. Look at that outside foot. It was looking picture perfect, Vance, and I don't know if that foot maybe just didn't come up, because he was making it look pretty good right there.
Boy, I thought that was the matchup, Jeff Martin, as we go to that Whalen Tire replay. I mean, walk me through this. It seemed like he had a great
kick was there, and he went around the corner, followed him perfectly. Just sat up, reset his foot, and then got stuck. And I almost, it just almost like he just, because he was so relaxed and just following him, riding him jump for jump. Looks like he almost a little bit overrode him, maybe in one spot, and then never could get back. This kid is another one that's an awful great talent, Connor Bernion, University of Montana Western. We've seen him here compete.
Well, and I have become a Kelly and Connor Bernion fan. I might be the president of their fan club, because
look out, boys.
It's the try that those two bring to the table, regardless in the bareback riding, saddle bronc riding, and here in the bull riding.
Yeah, if you can see him right here, right there, just did not go right for him as we watch that replay there. Our bullfighters are having their work cut out for them here tonight, doing a great job. Sylvan Lacrosse, Cody Morris. As we go back to the bucking chutes one more time, we're going to go to
Logan Peterson, Dawson Community College, warming up the rope.
And, I mean, he is in a bad way.
Hangs in that rope.
Get up and get moving. Saw that hand kind of stick in that bull rope. First jump out, it just kind of clicked his heels in the back, and then putting all that weight over the front end. It's not a good situation for either the bullfighters or that cowboy. Object of the game, if young bull riders, you do get in that position, the best thing you can do is try to get back up on your feet and just stay to your feet and keep your hand open, and then let the bullfighters come in there and do their job, and it all takes care of itself. But we avoided injury, and that's been nice so far here tonight. Seen some bumps and bruises, and we got more bull riding.
Well, and speaking of more bull riding, bull number 2 of the evening for Kelly Mernion, his re-ride opportunity.
You're just worried.
60 points with an option for a re-ride.
Watch this. He took it away, and it looked like this is. Oh, I'm telling you what, that kid, you could not try any harder. And we're going to watch the replay, show me the money, and I'm not sure if they. I want you to watch how hard that bull brought him down.
We've got to go to this Whalen Tire replay. Jeff, am I missing something?
No,
did he
you saw that. You saw him get whipped down, smacked in the head, and sat right back up like it didn't happen. Watch this.
Watch it up there on the big screen.
Oh, yes, and I mean, he did not slap him.
The bull, but didn't touch him.
He did not slap that bull.
And to stay on his rope and not get knocked out of balance.
An amazing
70 points in the top spot right now.
Scores coming in.
It's gonna be good, because I'm telling you what, you got to award the try and effort that went into that. It's gonna be good.
77 points.
Yeah, 77 points. Good little bull ride for him, and I tell you what, I love the second effort.
He looked balanced. He looked. I mean, that was confidence, just true and true. And then to get another bull with a little better quality, a little better caliber, and then to take a shot like that,
just got whipped down. Jake Davis, Northwest College, our talent coming in now in the bucking chutes.
Jake Davis.
Jake Davis. Come on, Jake.
Come on, Jake.
Oh.
Well, couldn't make the turn back.
You know, sometimes we see it in all our events, time event and the rough stock game. But somebody comes out, rides the bull for 77 points. What does that do to you as the next guy to go? I mean, doesn't that fuel your fire to say, yes, game on?
Just makes your motor run, and you can see him. He's out there trying hard and didn't quit until he hit his head on the ground. And that's the name of the game of the bull riding. Either way, we'll see him back as we're getting down to the nitty-gritty.
Cash Hill on the program, known most famously for the bareback riding efforts, and sticking his neck out at the final rodeo of the year, saying, "Hey,
this guy's a bareback rider.
Yeah, bring in a bull.
You might catch him in the bull riding."
University of Providence, Cash Hill. We're down to our final
Cash
two.
Hill, University of Providence.
I don't like this one.
Come on, Cash.
Oh, well, Cash, give her a go.
High jumps.
The bareback riding sensation from the Providence Nation comes down on his bull here tonight.
Whalen Tire replay showing it to you.
All right.
Oh, boy.
You know,
last
if I had
bull
to
rider
choose
tonight,
to get on
Justin
a bull that I
Littleplum.
don't normally ride bulls,
It's a good time to just slide up to that rope and nod your head. It is going to be good. You know, I mean, you know, it is what it is. It's bull riding, and it's dangerous. But you know what? That's nice to see him trying to get out there and get some extra bonus points in here tonight as we keep it going with the bull riding.
Justin Littleplum, Blackfoot Community College.
Swan on a Friday night.
You judges are brave.
Mr.
I mean,
Littleplum,
standing over there by the fence, you know them.
one of our final
Them.
bull
They're
riders
just gonna
of
chase
tonight.
around at you.
All right,
I believe our final bull rider coming in here tonight. We've seen a great rodeo of, you know, it just sets us up for an even better one tomorrow for Saturday Night Live right here at the Four Seasons Arena.
I'm excited for tomorrow night. You know, we've seen things tighten up in that go tying. Our bareback riding has impressed me all year long. We've had a great lineup of bareback riders in the Big Sky region. They cover their horses. Everybody's riding.
Looks like we're getting close to the bull riding. Mr. Little Plume has got one right now. Yes. Go ahead. It looks like we're going to finish it off with a bang here tonight. A little flat spinner for Mr. Little Plume. Officials will tally it together. Lynn Smith, Bruce Keller, our officials here tonight. Our final bull rider goes to the 8th. A happy young cowboy here with us here tonight.
Well, I mean, saving the best for last, maybe so. I don't know.
Yeah, you saw that gate. That bull almost followed that gate around. It kind of helped him get into that spin. And they're going to like it. So
we'll see you back here tomorrow night at 7 o'clock.
Scores are coming back to us.
Well, I always like to see the end, the last bull rider, the end of the rodeo, finishing on a bang, making the 8-second whistle.
So
still kind of putting the math together.
Yeah, unofficially a 73-point marking comes up on that last ride. So it has been a good one. Folks, it's been great. Stick around. We're going to have more recap of tonight's action right after this.
Let me introduce you to the BF Goodrich All-Terrain TA KO2 tire. With technology designed to conquer the harshest terrain on Earth, the KO2 is BF Goodrich's toughest all-terrain tire ever. And now, that Baja-born toughness is ready for you. Whether you're at work or at play, take on your toughest road challenges with confidence. Turn to the experts at Whalen Tire to find the right BF Goodrich tire for whatever you drive.
Whalen Tire. We know tires.
Experience Great Falls with us at the Super 8 Hotel, located just off I-15, close to great shopping at the Holiday Village Mall and to many of our area's local attractions. And enjoy our beautifully appointed rooms complete with free Wi-Fi. Start your day off with an 8-item continental breakfast. We offer a 24-hour front desk service, laundry facilities, and free coffee is always available.
Call us at 1-800-800-8000 or visit us at our website.